My name's John. These are some bases. It's Mordheim Month and you're watching Wargames, Models and Other Hobbies. Hello and welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to quickly run through another way that you could make bases and then also have a look at how you could go about painting them so they look like these. If you haven't seen the first basing video, I'll put a link in the description. But for now with these ones, let me run through on the screen exactly how I did them. So, in this case I started with some 20mm bases. I then got some old scenery bits from my bits box, cut them up and stuck them on. I then primed the lot. After that I filled some holes with green stuff and sculpted some extra detail, and then I did a final prime. I then added some Sterling mud to get a little bit of texture. I then coated all of the stone with Skaven Blight Dinge. I then used Agrax Earthshade to wash over the whole top, and I then did a dry brush layer with some Dawn Stone. Then a wash over the whole lot with some Nuln Oil, followed by a dry brush of Grey Seer, then a dry brush of Rakarth Flesh. And finally, to tidy up the edges, I used some Abaddon Black, because I like black trim on the edges of my bases. So that's a quick run through of how you can make some alternative bases. But now I come to the main part of this video. Why did I make some smaller bases? Well, these are the original size bases for Mordheim, so I could just put some models onto this, but I haven't made these specifically for models. They're going to be tokens. They're actually going to be for Weirdstone. Now in the game, you get these little card tokens, but I don't want to use those. I want to actually have some Weirdstone. So, just nudge those to one side. I bought a little bag of green stones and minerals, and from this I'm going to get some Weirdstones and stick them on these bases. So first things first, I'm going to zoom out and we're going to have a look at the different Weirdstone. So I'm sure in here there's going to be a nice choice of Weirdstone. Now, with the white background, you're not going to see the colour as it truly is until I've selected my pieces. So, first things first, I'm going to have a little look at what we've got here, because there's some really nice shards that I can use for other bits and pieces. So, let me just grab a few pieces. Those will do, and oh, that's quite a nice one. I'm going to grab more than 6 because I think I'm going to stick multiples onto the bases. That's a good one. There we go. And let's just grab a few more shards. Okay, now let's move these all to one side. As you can see, I've got far more Weirdstone than I need, but with all of the Mordheim stuff I'm going to be working on over the next few months, it's definitely worth getting hold of. So let's zoom in a little bit. So here we have my bases, and here we have what will become Weirdstone. So first things first, I'm going to grab this big one, which really quite like the look of that one, and just going to find which base I think it suits. It's going to be this one. Is it that one? Yeah, I think it is. So first things first, get a little bit of glue, dab it onto the bottom of this stone, and I'm going to stick that in place. So let me hold this up to the camera so you can see it. So there we have a little bit of weirdstone. Right, now I'm going to work my way through. Yep, that one works. I think for this one, let's have a few bits. So I might, once all the super glue's dried, add a little bit of paint to the stones themselves, or just leave them as is. But that's going to be something that I'll do down the line. But for now I just want to get these weirdstone tokens all put together. Well, as those three were right next to each other, I'm going to put them all together. Actually, that one's just going to have two. Right, I'm actually going to put a little bit of glue on the base on this one, because I know where I want to put that stone. And I'm going to put another one on there as well. Yeah, that works. And I will put 3 on this one. If I can pick it up. There we go. Right, won't need those 2. I'll put them in the big pile of green stones I now have. And there, if I zoom in, we have it. I now have 6 warpstone tokens. Well, I hope you enjoyed this bonus video and are enjoying the Mordheim Month videos. Please consider subscribing, hit a like as well. But for now, all I can say is thank you so much for tuning in. My name's John, and you've been watching War Games, Models, and Other Hobbies.